Yeah. We've got Jack and Pete. Jack probably won't bite you. He's pretty friendly. We've worked on that. He's pretty good with the sheep. Pete, on the other hand, is mom's dog, and he'll just fall asleep on your foot. So yes. But so we bought this a few years ago, and we decided to. One of us decided that this would be a great way to spend this next chapter in our lives. We're in our mid-60s. It's time that we can do this. We've met all our obligations in life. And so I started bringing home movies from the Red Box, things like Farmageddon and Food Inc. and those things. And Mrs. Hanna finally goes,
my grandchildren can't eat that.
They can't eat that. What are they thinking? So we started looking for property, and
just 5 acres.
That's all I wanted was 5 acres, and this is 35, and that's even better. So what we've got out here, we started with we decided we would raise hogs. I like hogs. We raised them with the kids when they were in 4-H and FFA. And then, what kind of hog are we going to raise? Well, we decided a heritage breed would be the way to go. The best way to save a breed is to eat it, is to make it a popular meat, and so then other people start growing it. And so there are several heritage breeds. We raise the large black. They're all registered. They're a heritage breed, like all hogs. They came from. Is he bothering you, sweetie? Okay, good.
Not at all.
Okay.
No, I got puppies.
Okay.
Not at all.
Like all hogs, they came from the UK originally. The large blacks, and all a heritage breed means is they haven't been crossed with a Duroc or a Hamp in order to develop, certain characteristics. So. The downside to that is they haven't been crossed with anything to develop any certain characteristics. So we wind up with a large black hog, and we'll look at them here in a minute. They're a long, very shallow loin, and the loin is the money. And so the flavor, it cannot be beat. It's outstanding. It's a very red pork. We struggle though, and so we found plenty of. We sell all we raise, but. Thanks to Stephen mostly, but we do get it out there. But that chop, when you look at a chop from a large black, it's not something you want to see on a plate. It doesn't have that Berkshire, for example, large meat portion to it. It's got a striation of fat that runs through it, right through the loin. Makes it extremely flavorful, but it's not something that you all would want to plate and serve to a customer. When they get done, there's going to be all these little bits and pieces pushed to the side, and not exactly what you want to do. We want our customers to feel like
we need more pigs.
Yeah. So now you'll also find some Berkshire hogs out here. We are diversifying. In fact, I'm crossing. I have a Berkshire boar, and I've crossed him with some of my large black gilts, which is a female that hasn't had babies yet. So
heritage breeds.
Yeah, and the Berkshire is also a heritage breed. There are some others that you just don't see much at all. The Gloucester Old Spot, the Mulefoot, that Cooney, I think, but that's a stupid breed. So there are some heritage breeds out there, and they're heritage for a reason. They're heritage. They don't produce like the crosses. If you go to a Tyson hog farm, well, Tyson doesn't have them anymore, but when they did, or go to C&H hog farm, you will not find the heritage breed. Just like chickens, they have crossed them. They have a very specific crossing, very specific genetic pattern that they have created to get us that chop that we all like to see. The downside is when they started back in the 80s, when they decided to come up with the other white meat, in order to accomplish that, they bred the red out of the pork. That's why our pork, Mom always made fun when she was a kid, if she had enough applesauce, she could eat a pork chop. And that's just pretty true. It's a dry meat. When we get back into the heritage breeds, we find that one, it's red. It looks like a steak. Two, it's much more flavorful. It has
no applesauce needed.
No applesauce needed. That's right. I had to learn how to cook it. My first, we sell retail from here at the ranch, And I have to kind of explain to folks, if you take this home and cook it like your Walmart pork chop, you will not be happy. It is much more of, and we've learned over time too nowadays that the trichinosis thing, we don't have to cook it till it's gray anymore. I cook our pork chops minute and a half on each side in my cast iron into a preheated 400-degree oven in the same cast iron, 8 minutes, and they're good to go. And so once we kind of got our customers to learn to think a little differently about how they prepared their pork at home, got better. I know we're supposed to do the 165 thing, and it says that on our package because it's all USDA. But the reality is, man, at 145, I want it out of the oven, and it might get to 150 maybe, but hopefully not. And so we have learned a lot too. The first few I cook, you go, we just killed ourselves for a year breeding and raising these things, and this is horrible. And well, it was a me thing, and I had to learn too how better to prepare it. But right now, we sell retail from the ranch, bacon and sausage and things go pretty quickly. Our biggest commercial customer right now is Yayo's Mexican Grill. They've got the food truck downtown, and they're working over at 8th Street and getting a fixed building there, a little brick and mortar thing going. And they buy 100 pounds a week. They changed this year. The local thing is popular now, and we're glad to be able to provide that. We sell to the Doubletree, to Caleb Barker at the Doubletree. But Yayo's by far. Now, initially, I wasn't real. I mean, a customer's a customer, and I'm tickled, and I don't care what they do with it. But to take it, these beautiful shoulders, and cook them for hours, and it's Mexican food, but it really does make pretty darn good carnitas, and so they're on board with trying to buy local, and so we're tickled with that. We do sell everything. We don't have much left. I do make my own lard, kind of a personal thing. I get the leaf lard, the leaf fat. When you open that cavity up of that carcass, the leaf fat is around the kidneys. It's an internal fat, and it's great for baking especially, but I use it for all kinds of things. I think lard's making a little bit of a comeback. I think we've all learned that maybe Crisco, which is nothing but hydrogenated soybean oil, might not be the best for us. And so I don't eat it by the spoonful, but I cook exclusively with my own lard, and have found it to be. Mom makes popcorn with it. She's still the old pot on the stove gal, and boy, she puts a tablespoon of lard in there and makes popcorn with it, and it's totally different.
Oh yeah, when you're eating it, you don't have a bunch of grease on your hands.
Yeah, that was the first thing we noticed when you got done. You didn't have greasy fingers. We're not sure why. I guess it's just absorbed into the corn. But it's a great thing. It's a great time for us to be here doing this. I have a lot of pastures, and then I have a lot to mow. So a couple of years ago, we decided I'll get some employees, and those are sheep, and that then kind of took off. We got a ram and some ewes, and pretty soon we've got babies, and they're real cute, and we processed them, and it's been very popular. So now we have more ewes, and
They all had twins.
yeah, exactly. They all have, it's very common, and so and we'll see some. I've got some ram lambs in a pen. This weekend was
They're
time.
not happy. They're upset.
Yeah, they're getting used to it.
We took them from their mamas.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm weaning the ram lambs to keep them away. They're
It's time.
It's time. They're indiscriminate breeders. They'll breed their moms and their sisters, and so we can't allow that. So this Saturday was sheep day. We pulled them all in. Everybody got an ear tag, except the ram lambs. They're strictly market hogs, market sheep lambs. And some of the girls, some of the little females, I might keep for breeders, one or two, and slowly kind of grow the herd. I'll have to change my ram out. That's something most sheep people do annually anyway, just to keep the genetics going. And also we're going to, as we go forward, move more to the Katahdin line, which is a hair sheep. These are mostly hair sheep. There's a couple of woolies in there, but hair sheep shed. You don't have to shear them. It's a better meat animal, so will move more. They're hardier. They almost always have twins. Sheep, very different than the hogs, of course. They're much lighter on the pasture. They eat grass day and night. That's all they're eating machines. And they just,
Can you look out there and see where the hogs are and where the
well,
sheep
right here
are?
behind you. Hogs, sheep. And so hogs are very hard on your pastures. They root. They don't root it up. They basically till it. They're looking for those roots. For us, we have to allow that because they're pasture raised, and that diversity in their diet is what gives them that flavor. They're eating. That's what gives. They get berries in the summer, acorns in the fall. There's mulberries, blackberries, and they eat all that.
There's plums.
Oh, they love the plums. They love the plums. And so that diverse diet, and we can actually tell a difference in the meat. If I butcher one maybe in October, after the acorns have fallen, you can pick up a little bit of that nutty flavor in the meat, and which is kind of interesting. We like that. So I need to kind of sacrifice the pastures for them. They need to root. That's how pigs are designed to live. So it isn't as pretty. There's a pond there that they swim in. They've got so they have activities, and you'll see a couple of bowling balls out there. They like. I mean, we're not going to start a league, but they like to roll the ball around. And, they need to stay busy. They're very intelligent animals. Very docile. Both of these breeds are very docile. So we'll see some Berkshire hogs. I see somebody heading for the pond over there. I fed them, and I was hoping to kind of keep them up close so you wouldn't have to walk. And they're not Jack. He doesn't want to play.
Oh, he's Jack.
Just don't let him play. His idea of playing can be mouthy.
I've got 2 Aussies at home.
Okay, all right. So just smack him and he'll quit.
I think Edna's going to the pond.
Yeah. So let's go. We'll meet some large black hogs, some Berkshire hogs, and then we'll take a look at some sheep.